Hey everybody, this is Dion, and today will be my first attempt of doing this, is discussing with you guys some video game updates, some news. Now, I don't want to call it news because I'm not a journalist, but we can talk about certain topics and then give my opinion on it. Like a sort of a conversation, if you get what I mean. So let's see what we have today. So Sony just introduced DualSense, which is the controller for the PlayStation 5. So just from changing the name from DualShock to DualSense, kind of gets you thinking on why maintain like the same type of controller with just updated features, changing its name that indicates sensing something with like what's the controller like all about, and where is it different, why is it different, what does this all mean? So I got very curious when I saw like this on the news. I still expected that DualShock look that we have since the 90s up until today. So this is a turning point for Sony. I mean, it's a new era. So Sony has unveiled the technical specs of the new system, which is the PlayStation 5, and now just announced a new type of controller for the first time to the public. So besides being led to believe that game developers already, like they must have already been familiar with this. So this far we know that the controller is supposed to play on our senses. So what does that mean? It's supposed to be in conjunction with their new 3D audio technology, which is called Tempest 3D Audio Tech, creating an immersive feeling to the player. So they want to do that. So back in 2013, when the DualShock 4 was introduced, the players were introduced to new features like the new share button. That was the new thing. That controller is still regarded as the best controller within the PlayStation family. They had to build upon the reputation and the success that this line of controllers had accumulated over the years. So what would they do? So PlayStation maintained what players loved from the DualShock 4 while adding new functions, and for the first time a more boldly new design, leaving the iconic look of the previous generations behind. So in collaboration with game developers, they want to bring an immersing feeling to gaming, so focusing on the new functions of the controller by highlighting feelings of sensations. Even triggers and actuators are there to further the sensation. So they even give you an example. Like, imagine the slow grittiness of driving a car through mud. This is the example that they gave you. So what they did was incorporating adaptive triggers into the L2 and R2 buttons, allowing you to feel more tension in that particular moment of the game. So this is what the controller is about. Why this new design? Even though, why not still have that iconic look that everybody remembers and that everybody expects? Why change now after so long? You know, even though they adapted the DualShock, but you know what I'm getting. So here's the thing, they had this in their minds. Fitting everything players love from the generations past and all the new components, they had to put this in the controller without giving it a bulky look, making it look smaller than it actually is, and ways to maintain a strong battery life was very important. It had to be very light as well. So the starting point was thinking of this going into the making of the hardware itself. It had to fit in the controller, of course, and all of this being done through clever design. Like they had to do an amazing job to pull this off with this kind of mindset. It's very forward thinking, I think even more forward thinking than the last generation was, right? So the buttons and functions. So gone is the share button, in comes the create button. But knowing what the difference are is still too soon to tell, and Sony said something like they will clarify closer to the launch of the PlayStation 5. So it's like, you know, the button is there, it's called the create button, but what else can you create? Like the share, you know, calling it the share button means sharing what you just recorded off of your gameplay, or a picture, or a small clip. So create implies obviously creating something, but what is that something? What can it be? And all I'm left with is having the PlayStation 4 as a reference. So the PlayStation 5 being different than PlayStation 4 and playing on senses. So I don't know kind of what to expect, but I don't want to, you know, make movies in my head like what's it gonna have, and create all of this expectation, and then, you know, when I see it, I'll believe it. Like when it comes out, that's when I make my judgment. What else? So the L2 and R2 buttons are turned into adaptive triggers, as we already like saw a little bit earlier. It has a built-in microphone array for chatting without a headset. So that's kind of cool. If you can also use a headphone if you want. And another thing, it has a jack input. So the colors. So up until now, the base controllers had one single color, but that has changed this time around as well. So this time the base controller comes with a two-toned design. Okay, so that's kind of, well, that's innovative, but it's not, you know, screaming innovation. It's like they really drifted away from the DualShock iconic look, the color scheme. Okay, they're trying to do some bold things, I'm guessing. The mock-ups. Various concepts and mock-ups were tested and changed before settling for this final design. So the controller has been tested with a wide range of gamers with different hand sizes, as I can guess. So they want to make it comfortable and like an extension of yourself. That's what I'm led to believe. That's a very ambitious statement to make, and the thing is, again, wait until it come out to judge it, okay? Don't create these large expectations. Well, finally, I would like to leave you with a statement by President and CEO Jim Ryan. Did I say it right? Ryan? Like Ryanair. No, that CEO Jim Ryan delivered to the PlayStation community. So he said, I quote, "We are thrilled about sharing the final look of the DualSense controller with our fans, and we can't wait for everyone to get their hands on it. DualSense marks a radical departure from our previous controller offerings and captures just how strongly we feel about making a generational leap with the PlayStation 5. The new controller, along the many innovative features in the PlayStation 5, will be transformative for games, continuing our mission at PlayStation to push the boundaries of play, now and in the future. To the PlayStation community, I truly want to thank you for sharing this exciting journey with us as we head towards the PlayStation 5's launch in holiday 2020. Well, we'll see about that. We look forward to sharing more information about the PlayStation 5, including the console design, in the coming months." Yeah, well, you guys been hiding away from this a lot because, okay, I've seen some reports about heating issues which still come back from the PlayStation 3 days. I heard another rumor that said it is fixed by now, so obviously something is still delayed and they're still testing for them not to show like this is the console. And it's strange that the Xbox has showed it and they're kind of like hiding away from it, like we gotta make a showcase. So what are we gonna do? Oh, we're just gonna get this intelligent guy to talk about the specs and not actually showing games on it. That was a sign, right? So last but not least, I can't help but think of Astrobot, you know, that game and that character. The new controller and this game character have the same color or aesthetics, which leads me to another thought. Will the PlayStation 5 have this kind of color scheme or aesthetic design to it? Like a little bit robotic, futuristic type of looking. Will we have a new PSVR as well? Will it be or will you be able to play, you know, the one that came out for the PlayStation 4? I don't know nothing about that as well, but I guess we will know later on. Well, okay guys, so that's it for now. Let me know in the comments down below what you think about this controller, and does it shock you that they made this departure? I'm still a bit confused of actually how large it is based on the photos. But anyway, again, as I said, wait until it come out, until you get your hands on it, and until you play a few games with that technology, and then you can judge. Then you can judge for yourself. Up until then, it's all speculation. So, in case you don't know who I am, I'm Dion, and thank you for watching. And I'll see you tomorrow. Goodbye.